Welcome to your Optavia LifeBook audio channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at element 17.2, starting on page 333. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Christy Baker and I'm an independent Optavia health coach. And before we get started, if you could take just a quick second and push the like button and the subscribe so you'll know when the next video is coming out. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our text today. What is the difference between physical activity versus exercise? You may think the terms of physical activity and exercise as one and the same, but I think it's important to make a distinction. Physical activity happens anytime your body is in motion, and you'll see later in this element that motion can be voluntary or involuntary. Voluntary or involuntary. Exercise, on the other hand, is planned movement that is more vigorous and leads to improvements in overall fitness. Activity and exercise have different roles in our system. Introducing each of them correctly and in the right sequence is critical to maintaining your motivation and ability above the activation threshold. This will make your new energy plan a permanent habit of health. I'm going to show you a little chart here on page 334. And you can always go back in your physical book and take a look at these charts for yourself if you'd like. One of the biggest differences between exercise and physical activity is that exercise is generally done for a short period of time, usually just a few hours a week. Physical activity, on the other hand, can be integrated into your daily life in a much more organic and complete manner. Our main objective in increasing your activity is to put all of your waking hours to work by tapping into 1,000 different ways that your body can be active. We'll then start increasing your daily activity to serve your body's need for motion. What is your current level of activity? You can choose a level that you selected in element 14, transitioning to eating healthy for life, when you calculated your total energy expenditure. It was 1.2 for light exercise, 1.5 for moderate, or 1.77 for heavy exercise. Take it a moment and just think about how many hours a week do you currently exercise? What do you do? Summarize your current level of activity and fitness and go ahead and text those answers to yourself so you can share those with your coach at your next call. We're now going to continue your journey to optimal health and well-being with our system of healthy motion. In part 2.9 of Dr. A's Habits of Health, I will explain in detail how our body uses energy and what we can do to increase that expenditure to help support our weight management, as well as build strength, agility, flexibility, stamina, and overall optimal health and well-being. What is important at this juncture is the biggest improvement you can make in your total energy expenditure is to help maintain a healthy weight and build optimal health is in your physical activity level, or the acronym is PAL. As we previously discussed, PAL is made up of two parts: planned physical activity, what you probably think of as exercise, and the voluntary and unconscious movements you make as a part of your everyday life. As we plan an activity program customized to fit your age, fitness level, and lifestyle, it's helpful to consider these two categories separately. One handy way to break it down is through the acronyms of EAT and NEAT. EAT stands for Exercise Activity Thermogenesis, and it consists of the planned physical activities we perform in order to increase our energy expenditure and improve our overall fitness. It's what we do when we say that we're working out. These may range from a minimal task of going from for a brisk walk to a Herculean feat like Chris Froome, expending over 9,000 calories a day during the Tour de France. But despite all of our talk of exercise today, for the vast majority of us, eat is actually negligible. In fact, even exercise enthusiasts would find that eat's contribution to the daily calorie consumption pales by the comparison of the power of NEAT. And see the previous Habits of Health motion breakdown, the pie diagram, for more information. NEAT stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis, and it consists of the voluntary and unconscious movements we make as we go through our daily lives by working, doing chores, and the combined effort of all of our silly little motions. As I sit here writing, for example, I'm consuming extra calories just by tapping my foot. It's easy, and it happened naturally as a result of getting into the beat of a great song on my phone. NEAT is highly variable, ranging from about 15% of our total daily activity in very sedentary people to more than 50% in people who are highly active. We will devote the next element to eat and how it can be a gift to your health and well-being. And the rest of this element will be dedicated to NEAT and how we can become a perpetual motion machine, just like when we were kids. We'll go ahead and stop there today on page 336. Thank you so much for joining me.